Hi, it's Kay. Welcome to the Antivirus Garden. I'm going to do a bit of weeding. This is a garden fork. Very good for weeding. If you don't have one, you might have a barbecue fork in your drawer. You might have a manky old fork that's an odd one out that you don't know where it came from, but mostly somewhere you will have something that you can use to get weeds out. And just whilst we're talking about improvisation, personal protective equipment, I wear gloves when I'm gardening because my skin, my hands, they get really sore if I'm going naked with them. So I always wear gloves, and it makes gardening so much more comfortable because you're not worrying about what you're handling and stuff. So gloves, great. If you haven't got any gardening gloves, you might decide to use something else, like a pair of rubber gloves, a pair of disposable gloves, a plastic glove from the petrol station, a pair of old leather gloves, or maybe you know how you've saved the lost glove other half in case it turned up, which it never seems to. You've got one or possibly an odd pair of gloves. There's bound to be something if you're not particularly keen on getting your hands dirty. You don't have to. The other thing we're going to do weeding wise is we're going to have to get up close and personal with the weeds. This is my very tatty old kneeler, just a bit of foam, but you can improvise with an old sweatshirt in a plastic bag. There's all sorts of things you can do. It's just to cushion your knees. I personally find it's easier because it just makes it a bit more comfortable. So that's just a little bit about tools and equipment. And now I'm going to have a look at the sorts of things which people say to me. They send me a photograph and they'll say, "Is this a weed?" So I'm going to do a little feature on weed of the day. But today I'm just going to show you a really weedy pit patch, which obviously is perfect. So, and it's also to say that we never really get on top of things. I particularly have developed this idea of the weed of the day because I've got a big garden here. I could start and make a little bit absolutely perfect. But meanwhile, everything else will be going crazy. So what I do is I have a little look at the weedy bit of my garden and I decide what I need to do most urgently. So I'm looking for things that are flowering but not yet in seed. And I'll choose a weed and I will go through the garden, and wherever I see that weed, I'll have a go. I'll take it out. So that's my weed of the day approach, and that way it means I'm sort of looking closely at all my garden. I mean, you know, if you do garden, you'll be saying, oh yes, there's this, that and the other there. There's loads of weeds in this bit, but it's ideal for demonstrating to you how it'll help if you prioritise your weeding. This is in the ornamental garden, of course. You may just want to concentrate on growing your veg, but I just thought I'd show you that and explain what I'm going to be doing with weed of the day to help people who are not sure if it's a weed or not. So, keep following the Antivirus Garden and there'll be lots of little hints and tips for you. See you soon. Bye.